Welcome to my speech, and this is my audience. And today I'm going to be talking to you about how technology really does affect teenagers of this generation and of just this time period in general. Teenagers now and day depend on their use of technology to make a friend rather than their own social skills that they develop. My first point that I want to bring to you is that technology can really affect the way another person feels. Have you ever been in the type of situation where you're talking to a friend and they're just sitting there on their phone and it's just to you awfully rude and you feel like they don't care about what you're saying and they're not really paying attention to what it is that you're saying? I've been in that situation, and I know personally that it does affect how I feel, which is why when writing the outline of my speech, I was thinking of it, and I came up with this, that it does affect the way another person feels. And I even did some research on it, and I saw that in the article Development of Interpersonal Competencies Within Adolescent Relationships by a Preliminary Investigation, it basically talked about how certain situations of teenagers, when they're trying to communicate, they don't really pay attention. They're mostly focused on the technology that they have and the technology that they're using. There's been times where I've been hanging out with friends and we're just in a group setting and we're just trying to talk to them, and they just completely are ignorant to what I'm saying because they're on their phone. And to me, it hurts. So I've been learning to develop that patience, but trying to help my friends also develop those social skills so that they know, like, when they're in a group setting or when you're having any normal basic conversation, it is helpful to be interactive rather than be on your phone. My next point to say is that technology can make your social skills delayed. As I was saying, like, being on your phone when someone's talking to you is a delay in your social skills because you're not sure how to react in that situation. You're not sure how to react to what it is that they're saying to you. But as it says in the Children, Technology, Problems, and Preferences by Barry A. Farber, it basically talks about how teenagers prefer more to talk more through technology than face to face because they're more timid and they're more afraid of what the other person's going to say, and that's a delay in your social skill, and that's a delay in not knowing how to make eye contact, not knowing when to shake someone's hand, knowing when to talk professionally, because when you're texting, your communication, your language isn't as professional as it could be, and in more professional settings you need that kind of communication. So it does delay you in your social skills, and it's something that you learn to develop over time, but it becomes harder and harder when you're older because you're so used to the old habits of being on your phone when someone's talking to you. So my third point to you is that technology can prevent you from certain opportunities in life. My example for this that I can best give is when you're going in for a job interview. For the previous job interviews that I've been, I know the one thing that I've learned and I've seen throughout all of them is that they focus on your eye contact, and they focus on your first handshake, and they focus on your body language, which is something we've been learning throughout this course. Is that when you're speaking to someone, your eye contact, your body language, the words that you use, all those things can hinder what kind of conversation you're having and can hinder the importance of that conversation. So if I go into an interview and I'm talking to someone and I'm talking to my future boss and I'm looking away and I'm not making the eye contact, or I am constantly interrupting them, then it becomes more difficult for me to open up that door of opportunity because they're not seeing me as someone as professional, which is something you want to present yourself as when you're going into an interview. A statistic I found is that 71% of teens say they use more than one social media site per day. And that really opens up your mindset to seeing how our generation and how teenagers really do depend on technology, and they do depend on technology to develop their skills, when in reality you have to learn to develop your own social skills just by talking to people and communicating with people. Which brings me to my conclusion. If we want to see that change, if we want to be the kind of generation that learns to use their social skills so that we can open those doors of opportunity to other people, then we have to be that change. We have to learn to develop those social skills. We have to be the ones that try our best to not be on our phone when someone's talking to us, or to develop that eye contact, to develop that sturdy body language so that people can think that we are paying attention when that we're having that kind of conversation. So if we want change, let's be the change. Thank you so much.